Hello friends, hello friends, uh, hello one and all. Let's start with the subject quantity survey estimation and valuation. I will first introduce the subject. In the construction of any structure, specification of the civil work are significant parameters in deciding the cost of the project. Correct. In construction, it is often required to use local material for which the rates are varying in greater extents. Correct. Then the rate analysis justify the rates to be finalized for various item of works based on the local market survey for budget provision. Therefore, there is a need of discipline to suggest a specific scientific technique to determine the quantities and the cost of the materials along with its justification. Thus, this course provides the necessary knowledge and skills in developing the competency in the area mentioned above in professional manner. Today, being the era of technology, a provision has also been made to use the various softwares for more accuracy and speedy determination of quantity. So, this subject is very practical subject. If you see, there are various different techniques of calculating the quantities and different materials. So, we'll see one by one. Now, what are the objectives of this courses? Anyone can read, can understand and interpret the plan, sections, detailed drawings, specification for a construction project, because this is the basic things that we require to start with the project. Someone can able to read the architectural drawings and can understand the plans and sections. Now, then to study the various materials, various methods of details and approximate estimate. So there are various methods, techniques to calculate the quantities, and to emphasize the importance of relevance IS 1200, the code which we are going to use in this quantity survey. Then to conduct a material and labor survey to understand the correct market rates for the various materials required for constructions and the different categories of labor required. As you see, because of the market fluctuations, there are ups and downs in the rate. So for that we have to do the market survey. Then to perform the rate analysis and for various items, standards and non-standards are the use for DSR is in process. Then if you see, to study the process of tendering and its various stages, various types of contracts, its suitability and validity as per the Indian Contract Act 1872 and the draft, various clauses and conditions of contracts. So these are the objectives of these courses. Means any structure like building, bridge, dam, etc. consists of various building material, but due to rise in the cost of the material, the structure has to be designed so that it is safe, serviceable and economical. So without proper design and estimation, it may lead to increase the cost of construction and it further affects the economical aspects of the structure. The prior knowledge of various building materials is required for the construction and it controls the cost of the structure, save wastage of labor hours and eventually helps in giving the correct amount required and quantity of various material required. It also helps in scheduling of men and material and machines to be used in the project at stages. The scope of the subject includes estimating, costing, analysis of rate, specification, value or tender and contracts. Now we'll see what are the different quantity survey is having different quantity survey is having a lot of responsibilities, like a preparation of RA bills, the way we complete the work and we have to put it for billing. So that bill is called as RA bills, running account bills. Then preparation of rate analysis, cost estimations, BOQs, bar vending schedules. Now the role of quantity surveyor is to make a rate analysis of an item. So let's say we have to execute the work. What are the materials required? What are the labors required? What is the profit? What are the contractors' profit? What are the contingencies? That we have to calculate in the rate analysis. Then cost estimation is there, and BOQ is nothing but bill of quantities, which includes all detailed description of the task. Then involved into planning and monitoring activities. Let's say we have to plan the activities in like MS Project or Primavera. So we have to monitor that activities, whether that as per the planning it is going on or not. Then preparation of work orders and rate analysis for the subcontractor also. As you are having a petty contractor, subcontractors means petty contractors. As you are having subcontractors, also again there will be a task of doing rate analysis and to make a work order for them. Then preparation of subcontractors billing and payment, again that will be there. Then client and contractor management. As you are a quantity surveyor, you have to face the client and contractor's requirement. So whatever they want to know, whatever they want to know the status of the project, or so in that case your role is important. Then preparation of material reconciliation monthly. What is mean by reconciliation? Reconciliation means let's say you have ordered something, like you have ordered the steel bars, let's say 10 ton ka steel bar you have put the orders, but after the that is for the 1 month, but after the end of the 1 month you have to do the reconciliation of that 10 ton ka consumption of steel. So that report, that making of report is called as reconciliation of the monthly reconciliation, you can say, of that particular material. So there are different reconciliation. As a quantity surveyor, there are reconciliation report we have to make for cement, for aggregates, for basically in big companies they make a reconciliation report for steel, because steel is very expensive, right? Then preparation of price escalation bill. Price escalation bill means, as if you see this pandemic situation, the availability of the labor is not there, correct? So before bidding this contract, we have put some rates, correct? But because of this condition we are not able to get the labors. So the labors which we are getting, they are telling the high prices. So that is nothing but a price escalation cost, fluctuation in the rate. So that is also have to take care by the quantity surveyor itself. Then time to time resource management according to the requirement for the works and sending material indents, means it is nothing but a coordination. Coordination is important for a quantity surveyor in any kind of work. Then maintaining daily progress report. Daily progress report means as a quantity surveyor you have to monitor the task which is executed on the site. So we have to monitor it in the form of daily progress report. What are the number of laborers are available, what are the different types of labor available on the site. Let's say carpenter is there, fitter is there, rigger is there. Then along with that what is the progress as per the productivity, whether they are doing the work or not. So that is what we have to calculate, and we have to mention it in a daily progress report, along with the photographs. That photograph you can called as a progress photographs of daily progress photograph. So that everything comes under daily progress report. Then we'll see the measurement systems. Now we'll come to the measurement systems. Now the methods and units of measurements for civil constructions are mainly categorized for their natures, shape, size, and for making payment to the contractor. The principle of units of measurements normally consists the following. That means single unit work, let's say door, window frames, trusses, etc. are expressed in numbers or in quantities, you can say. Let's say I have to order some doors, so I'll order it in a numbers, correct? Work consists linear measurements, involve length like cornices, fencings, handrail, bands of specific width, etc. are expressed in running meter. Means let's say I have to order this quantity, order this materials like fences are there, handrails are there, any fabrication work, so that I have to order it in a running meter. So every every item or every task, or let's say every item is having their unique measurement systems. Now work consists aerial surface measurement, involved area like plastering, whitewashing, partitions of specified thickness, etc. Those are expressed in square meters. Let's say if you consider any wall, So that area of the wall which we have to plaster, that we have to consider in a square meter. Or let's say whitewashing is there, painting is there, so this all comes under square meter. Then work consists cubic content, which involves volume, like earthwork is there, cement, concrete is there, masonry, so etc. comes under meter cube. Let's say if there are 3 dimensions for the element, then we have to measure it in a meter cube. Let's say for earthwork, so for earthwork we require length, width and height, correct? So that's why it comes under meter cube. Cement, concrete also, where we have to put the concrete, so we have to calculate the quantity first, and that quantity again includes length, width and height. Again masonry work, again same thing is there. So these are the items which are covered in meter cube. Now let's moving toward the type of items and their units of measurements and units of payment. Now if you see the first, earthwork can be in excavation, earthwork in filling foundation trenches, and earthwork in filling in plinth. So these all types of earthwork comes under in meter cube, correct? And then we have to pay for it also, again the unit will be in per meter cube. Now the next thing is DPC, which means dam proofing course. Dam proofing course is nothing but a type of waterproofing treatment which we have to do under the wall, correct? Under the any brick wall, you can say. So that we should have to measure it in a meter square, unit of measurement, and unit of payment is also meter square. Now the second thing is concrete. Now there are different types of concretes. Lime concrete is there, cement concrete, RCC, lean concrete is there. So any concrete, let's say we have to order the concrete, the unit of measurement should be meter cube, and unit of payment is also in meter cube, correct? Then next is brickwork. Now in load bearing structures, they do the brickwork in foundations also and plinth also. Brickwork in superstructure, like we are having frame structures and we have to make a partition wall, correct? So in that case the unit of measurement will be meter square, and otherwise it is it comes under meter cube for both units of measurement also and unit of payment also. Then stone masonry generally we use for compound wall. If you see the compound wall, any of the society or any of the college, in any old structures, so you will get a stone masonry around it. So again the unit of measurement for stone work is meter cube, and unit of payment is also meter cube. Then woodwork we'll see. Again woodwork comes under doors, window frames, chaukhats, you can say the rafters and beams. So for that we have to order it in a meter cube, and the unit of payment is also in a meter cube. Shutters and doors, windows, if thickness is specified, so in that case unit of measurement will be meter square, unit of payment is also meter square. Doors and window fittings like hinges, tower bolts, slidings, handles, that will be in numbers according to the requirement. Then steel work. Now let's say I have to order the steel reinforcement on the side, so I can order it in quintals or in tons. So unit of measurement of steel is quintal and unit of payment is also quintal. But in case of iron grills, iron grills means that the grills which we have fixed on any window, that we have used in any window, that comes under meter square. The unit of measurement for iron grills is meter square, and unit of payment is also a meter square. Then roofing type of materials that comes under RCC and RCC slab roofs, correct? And then AC sheets roofings are there. So basically RCC slabs of roofs excluding steel means general like PCC, you can say, without steel. So that also comes under meter cube, and payment is also in terms of meter cube. Then AC sheet roofing that have to measure in meter square, correct? because it doesn't have any thickness. Third dimension is not there for AC sheet roofing. Length and width is there, so that's why it comes under meter square, and unit of payment is also meter square. Then plastering and pointing is there. Now plastering, normal plastering like internal or external plastering, the unit of measurement of plastering will be meter square, and unit of payment is also in meter square. Pointing also it is in meter square. Pointing is nothing but the process after the placement or laying of the brick, that we rake the joints with some tool, that is called as pointing. Then whitewashing is there, distempering there, painting is there, all the things are comes under meter square. The next is flooring. Now as we are having a different floorings in our home, ceramic floorings, marble floorings are there, correct. So these floorings, let's say we have to measure this, then we have to measure it in a meter square, and then we have to pay for it, again it will be in meter square. Then the rainwater pipe, if you see in our buildings also, so there are rainwater pipes from the terrace to the ground, that also comes under running meter. Means one single pipe, let's say I have to order, then it should be in a running meter. Then wooden truss are there, should be in numbers, it should be in numbers. Glass panels are there, so let's say I have to take or I have to purchase the glass panel, it should be in meter square, correct. Fixing of glass panels, that unit of measurement will be in each, means each, let's say I have to fix the glass panels, so the charges will be according to the panels. So this is about the materials and unit, this is about the materials and unit of measurements and unit of payment. Thank you.